sex equaled power. The knowledge still killed me, but then again, was I really surprised? Look at who'd fathered me. My half-sisters were succubi, and my brother, well, we weren't too sure what he was, other than the Antichrist. He and Dad weren't really talking right now on account of he had issues. And yes, I said that with giant air quotes. But who cared about my boring brother? This was about me. Everything was. My daddy said so. Want to argue with the devil? Go right ahead. I tried that growing up. He took the term stubborn to new levels. Then again, stubbornness was a sin he'd created, along with gluttony, greed, and lust. And boy, was I good at lust. Just ask my boyfriend. Auric reaped the benefits of my voracious sexual appetite. It didn't bother him. He called it my nympho-magic. The more pleasure, and orgasms, I had, the more powerful I became. I'd even begun suspecting that Auric's pleasure counted as well, because if I happened to give him an amazing blowjob, apparently I had the perfect lips for it, I always felt a rush of power during and right after. But knowing I was filled to the brim with sex and thus bursting with magic didn't stop Auric from pulling his macho routine. Woman, if I thought I could keep you safe in this apartment while I ran down the leads I dug up, I would. I'd like to see you try. Really, I would. My smile was wide and the invitation for a wrestling match clear. Unfortunately, he didn't fall for it. Just be careful, he repeated. Please. His green eyes peered at me with such love in them that I grumbled. After all, how could I retort in the face of such cuteness? Besides, while I could take care of myself, I loved that he treated me like a precious damsel who needed protection. Contradictory of me, I knew, but still, I found it hot. After a kiss that involved a lot of tongue and ass-grabbing, I finally left for work, alone. Funny how Auric didn't worry about me getting to work during the day. Of course, most demons and evil creatures tended to avoid daylight. How cliché, since sunlight actually burned only vampires. As I walked with brisk steps, Auric's words of warning stirring in my mind, I thought over everything that had happened in the last few weeks. For one, I'd finally met the love of my life and gotten rid of my pesky Cherry. My father was so proud. That Auric had turned out to be a fallen angel had been a bit of a shock at the time, especially considering he'd originally planned to kill me. But then he'd met me and fallen in love and decided to forgo heaven in order to be with me. Nothing said true love like watching my lover choose eternal damnation to be with me. Of course, with my dad running things in hell, the only way Auric would suffer would be if he hurt me. And Daddy wouldn't have to help, because I'd eviscerate him myself. A little bloodthirsty? Fucking right. Didn't you know who I was? Satana Muriel Baphomet, the bastard daughter of Satan, and his favorite. A stately 5'9" and over 6 feet in my awesome stilettos. I have a lush figure with curves made for sinning, and ass-length hair made for pulling. The dark color with its red highlights really contrasts nicely with my pale skin. As for my seemingly ordinary brown eyes, they light up with the flames of hell when I'm annoyed. If Auric were here, he'd probably mention the fact that I have full lips made for sucking cock, and he would know, since I loved going down on him. I am 23 years old and madly in love, and horny, with my live-in boyfriend, Auric. My father was so proud I'd chosen to live in sin. Speaking of Dad, I hadn't heard much from my father, Lucifer, since the incident in hell. I kind of missed his daily visits where I told him to get a life and stop stifling me, and he said that half of my chromosomes belonged to him, and that meant he could pop in whenever he liked. I miss my dad. An admission that made me snort aloud. The people I passed on the sidewalk shot me a look and skirted around me. I bared my teeth.